The Nobilis Spray is a new and easy-to-use cabinet sprayer for the application of poultry vaccines to day-old birds. Nobilis Spray is the result of an interactive partnership between two leading companies. The veterinary knowledge of MSD Animal Health and the engineering capabilities of Henk Sass Wolf have been combined to develop the Nobilis Spray, a modern, innovative and user-friendly device which is easy to operate. The administration of vaccines in day-old chickens can be performed in various ways, mostly determined by the type of vaccine. Spray vaccination can be very efficacious. The Nobilis Spray is designed to vaccinate chicks by the coarse spray method in a safe, reliable and efficacious way. This method is recommended for the administration of live vaccines against IB, ND, TRT and coccidiosis vaccination. In this module, we will demonstrate the proper use of the Nobilis Spray, and we will give additional information on cleaning and maintenance. Please read the user manual for more detailed information. For specific advice and information on vaccine application, contact a veterinarian. The machine's function is based on a manual pneumatic system. By holding both handles, the operator pulls the drawer out of the device until it stops. In this step, the pump cylinder is filled with vaccine. Then the drawer is pushed gently inwards into the device until it stops. During this process, the selected volume of vaccine passes the spray nozzle and pours down onto the day-old chicks. By pulling the drawer out again, the piston is preloaded to release another dose of vaccine. Before the vaccination process can be repeated, a new crate of non-vaccinated birds is placed onto the drawer of the device. The following steps will guide you through the assembly process to build up the Nobilis Spray until it is ready for use. Please refer to the user manual to check if all parts are available. As the Nobilis Spray is manually operated, it does not require any external power supply. The Nobilis Spray can be placed on a flat and stable surface. This might be a platform like a table and should be made of durable and water-repellent material. For precision positioning, the device can be leveled by turning the foot of the device until the proper level has been reached. Take the two guides. One is needed for the left side and one for the right side. Assemble the guides as shown. The screws have to be on the outside of each guide. To fix the guides, pull the drawer out until it stops. Screw a cap nut onto each screw end under the drawer. The guides can be adjusted to meet the box width. This is important for proper and balanced vaccine administration. Make sure to use the same holes in both guides. Take the two pillars which are similar to each other. Fix them as shown here, on the right side and on the back of the device. Take the third pillar, which is designed to be positioned at the left side of the device. Now, take the cover, preferably with two people, and mount it to the main casing. Place the pre-assembled spray nozzle at the foreseen position in front of the cover and insert the two fixing screws in the pre-drilled holes. The nozzle has to be in a certain distance to the base of the crate to ensure a unique spray pattern all over the chicks. This distance is related to the crate depth. This can be checked during a test run. The nozzle can be adjusted according to the crate width. The different crate widths are etched into the vertical metal part of the nozzle holder. As birds have a specific height of about 10 centimeters, the spray jet should reach the inner edge of the crate about 10 centimeters higher than the base level. The spray nozzle can be manipulated in various ways to match the required spray area, including rotation. If the spray jet is wider than the crate width, lower the nozzle height. If the spray jet is too narrow, raise the nozzle. If the spray jet starts too late, move the nozzle forwards. If the spray jet starts before the crate, move the nozzle backwards. If the spray jet is slanted, rotate the spray nozzle to the left or right. Loosen the threaded joint using an open-end wrench and rotate the nozzle to the proper position. After nozzle adjustment, the splash guard, which is made of stainless steel, has to be installed in front of the upper cover. Then install the splash guard at the defined position. The groove of the splash guard has to slide over the tongue of the upper cover. It will be held in place without the need for any additional fixation. After the splash guard is installed, insert the viewing window into the opening of the splash guard. Slide it into the guiding groove until it reaches a stop. The vaccine reservoir can be placed in a holder at the back of the upper cover. When using the original reservoir, it will perfectly hold in place. All tube connections on the lower part of the Nobilis spray have been pre-assembled from factory side and mounted to the pump cylinder. These tubes are required for agitating and vaccine transportation. Before operating the Nobilis spray, it is essential to connect these tubes with the vaccine reservoir and the spray nozzle. Tubes have 3 different diameters to prevent misconnection and malfunctioning. Pull the drawer out of the device. Guide the tubes along the edge at the back side of the device as shown. The tubes have to be fed from underneath the drawer through the hole provided into the pillar at the back of Nobilis spray. Guide the tubes along the pillar and through the hole in the upper cover along the middle brace. To fix the tubes to the middle brace, it is recommended to fasten them, for example, with a cable tie. Connect the 6 mm diameter tube with the pressure-reducing valve. Connect the short 6 mm tube to the nozzle and the pressure-reducing valve. The inlet is marked with an arrow. Connect the 8 mm tube with the connector on top of the container. Connect the 4 mm tube with the connector on top of the container. The lid should be screwed onto the reservoir before connecting the tubes. Make sure the tubes inside the container do reach the bottom of the reservoir. Otherwise, air can be forced into the system, which leads to incorrect vaccine application. It is recommended to fix the Nobilis spray with the supplied lashing strap to the platform. This will prevent the device from falling down or moving during operation. Pull out the drawer on the front of the device. Then take the end of the lashing straps without the ratchet. Insert this end through the slot at the front. Guide it along the lower surface of the device and throughout the gap between the drawer and the lower casing. Take care to guide the lashing strap not over any parts mounted to the lower surface, for example, cylinder or lever arm, as these are moving parts of the device and their movement should not be restricted by the lashing strap. Connect the end with the ratchet and tie it with care. From factory preset, the draw stroke is set to a crate depth of 500 mm, 19.5 inch, and a dosage of 16 milliliters. When using a different crate size, the settings have to be changed as follows. Pull the draw out of the device until two metal limitation flaps are visible and can be moved. When using a crate with 500 mm depth, both flaps have to be hinged down, as shown here. Only in this 500 mm configuration, it is possible to push the draw all the way into the device for storage. When using a crate with a depth of 450 mm, one flap, marked as 450 mm, has to be in an upright position. The second one, marked as 400 mm, has to be hinged down. When using a 400 mm crate, both flaps have to be in an upright position. Besides adjusting the stroke of the draw, it is necessary to adjust the piston stroke to the desired dosage volume in accordance with the crate dimensions. There are 3 adjustment holes for each possible spray volume. Disconnect the lever arm of the cylinder piston. Choose the desired spray volume, in this example, 22 milliliters. Choose the crate size according to the crate that will be used, in this example, 500 millimeters. Insert the threaded end of the bolt into the desired hole. Use the Allen key to screw in and secure the bolt with care. Choose the desired hole at the lever arm in accordance with the proper spray volume and the crate size in use. Insert the safety pin through the hole and secure it. The pump cylinder, which is located below the draw, has to be connected with the lever arm before operating the device. This cylinder is separated from the lever arm on delivery. To connect both parts, pull the draw out until it stops. Slide the cylinder to the right and angle it until the end of the cylinder overlaps the end of the lever arm construction. The two parts are in the correct position when it is possible to see through the hole. Now take the locking pin and insert it into the hole to connect the cylinder to the lever arm. Thereafter, slide the locking pin to the right until it is locked to the head of the cylinder as shown. Please note that for storage, the cylinder piston to lever arm connection must be disconnected as described above when working with a crate depth smaller than 500 millimeters. Not disconnecting the piston from the lever arm will damage the cylinder. To guarantee a proper droplet size, Nobilis Spray is equipped with the Intervet nozzle upon delivery. This nozzle produces a uniform droplet diameter bigger than 150 microns. This droplet size assures that in all climate conditions, day-old chicks receive a uniform coarse droplet that does not penetrate deep into the respiratory system. Unlike other spray nozzle systems, the Nobilis Spray does not produce a share of small droplets. The dosage settings can be adjusted either to 16 milliliters or to 22 milliliters. Only use clean, distilled or demineralized water for the vaccine solution preparation. Make sure the water does not contain any chlorides, disinfectants, metals or other contamination. It is further recommended to use water that has been decalcified, as this will improve the durability of the device. Coccidiosis vaccines do not remain stable in a solution. Therefore, the vaccine has to be agitated during vaccination. The Nobilis Spray is equipped with a system that supplies an amount of air to the bottom of the vaccine reservoir. The air gets delivered with every piston stroke, made with the vaccinator. This airflow prevents sedimentation of the vaccine and ensures an even distribution of the coccidiosis vaccine onto the day-old chicks. Once the Nobilis spray has been assembled correctly and the vaccine reservoir is filled, it is necessary to pump 10 to 15 times until liquid comes out of the spray nozzle. When the device is primed for the first time, it is advised to remove the nozzle and to flush the tubes without the nozzle. This ensures that coarse particles are rinsed out of the tubing system and cannot block the spray inlet of the nozzle. To prime the Nobilis spray, push and pull the drawer. The longer the stroke while pumping, the faster the air inside the tubes is replaced by liquid. You can monitor proper functioning of the device by frequently checking the liquid flow in the tubes connected to the nozzles. In addition, you can check the volume delivered in 10 strokes by using a measuring jug. When liquid is leaving the spray nozzle, the syringe is primed and ready for operation. Before using Nobilis spray in day-to-day operations, it is recommended to do a trial vaccination without actually using a vaccine. At first, set up a test run with clean, demineralized water. Adding an MSD Animal Health approved dye to the water helps to check the coverage of the day-old chicks after spraying. A test run will help the operator to get used to the proper function of the device, to verify coverage and wetness of the day-old chicks after spraying. Adding a dye to the vaccine solution helps to check the preening activity of the chicks after vaccination. If dye is mixed with the vaccine solution, the vaccination process can be confirmed about 5 minutes after spraying the chicks. Correct vaccination can be confirmed when color can be seen on the tongues of at least 95% of the day-old chicks. When the device is ready for operation, place a crate with day-old chicks on the drawer and push the drawer into the device. When the drawer is pushed completely into the Nobilis spray, the birds are vaccinated. Move the drawer back and replace the crate by a new crate of chicks to vaccinate them. When vaccinating large numbers of day-old chicks, it is necessary to refill the vaccine reservoir frequently. It is recommended to do this before the reservoir is empty. This avoids aspiration of air into the tubes and cylinders of the system. While refilling the reservoir, stop operating. After vaccination, the birds can be wet. It is advised to leave the recently vaccinated birds for some time in a well-illuminated environment in crates before placing them onto the trucks for transportation. This gives the day-old chicks time to start preening and optimizes the results of vaccination. Once the vaccination procedure has been finished, empty the vaccine bottle from remaining vaccine quantity and rinse the vaccine container thoroughly using lukewarm, clean, and demineralized water. Afterwards, add a volume, at least 1 liter, of lukewarm, clean, and demineralized water to the vaccine container. Then, to clean the inside of the tubes and nozzle, simulate at least 15 spray vaccinations. In addition, it is recommended that the tubing system be disinfected after every vaccination session using 70% isopropanol. Therefore, add isopropanol according to recommended concentrations to the cleaning procedure described above. After disinfection, spray well with clean demineralized water to avoid vaccine inactivation by the isopropanol. There are in total 4 filters connected to the tubing system. 1 filter is below the main casing. 1 filter is upon the back closure of the vaccine reservoir, and 2 filters are located inside the vaccine reservoir. All of the filters should be checked after each vaccination session to make sure that they are free of debris. If a filter shows any damage or has clogged up pores, for example with limescale, replace the filter, or try to clean it using liquid descaler. The nozzle should be disassembled, cleaned, and descaled frequently. Once the spray pattern becomes non-uniform, replace the metal nozzle plate by a new one. To replace or clean the inside of the spray nozzle, unscrew the spray nozzle from the Nobilis spray. Unscrew the cap nut from the spray nozzle, separate the spray membrane from its casing and take it out. Remove the black sealing which holds the spray membrane in place. Replace the spray screen by a new one or clean it with demineralized water. Dry it with pressured air. Thereafter, place the spray screen back into the nozzle and reassemble all parts in reverse order. The Nobilis spray can be cleaned with a solution of mild detergent in clean demineralized water to rinse the whole device. It is also possible to use a pressure washer at a minimum distance of 1 meter, 40 inches, to clean the device. Using a pressure washer closer to the device can damage or break it. In addition, it is recommended that the outside of the device be disinfected after every vaccination session using 70% isopropanol or commercial disinfectants at recommended concentrations. After cleaning the Nobilis spray, dry it completely by using compressed air. Pay particular attention to bearings on the left and right side of the drawer, as well as the absorber and the cylinder piston construction. Residual water can reduce the durability and lifespan of the device or cause damage, for example corrosion. All moving parts, for example cylinder piston construction, absorbers and bearings, have to be lubricated with silicone or food-safe oil. In case a tube has been damaged or needs to be replaced, make sure to use the correct replacement part. There are different tubes for air and liquids. A complete list of spare parts is in the user manual and available online. If the Nobilis spray is not used for a long time, it is necessary to ventilate the system and keep the vaccine tank open in order to prevent the growth of molds in the tank. For more information, please refer to the user manual.